Hello, everyone. Welcome back. In the preceding two videos, we demonstrated recursion using two examples. In this video, we will look at problem solving using recursion. In general, to solve a problem using recursion, you break it into subproblems. If a subproblem resembles the original problem, you can apply the same approach to solve the subproblems recursively. A subproblem is almost the same as the original problem in nature with a smaller size. All recursive methods have the following characteristics. The method is implemented using a conditional statement that leads to different cases. One or more best cases are used to stop recursion. Every recursive call reduces the original problem, bringing it increasingly closer to a best case until it becomes that case. Look at this problem to write a method to print message. For example, welcome n times. You can solve the problem as follows. First, to print the message one time. And the other is to print the message for n-1 times. So we break the problem into these two subproblems. And the first one is to print the message one time, and the other is to print the message for n-1 time. The best case for the problem is this: n is 0. You can solve this problem and using recursion as follows. We write a recursive method for n_print. If n is greater than or equal to 1, print the message once, and then recursively invoke n_print line message n-1 times. This problem can be easily solved without using recursion. But here we just demonstrate when you think recursion, you can write the problem and in a recursive way. Many problems presented in the early chapters can be solved using recursion if you think recursively. Here's another example. The palindrome problem can be solved using recursion as follows. We have this string S, and we want to test if S is palindrome. S is a palindrome if it reads the same from left to right and from right to left. So the approach is this. We're going to test this best case if S.length is less than or equal to 1. If so, that is true. Now it is a palindrome. Else, if the first character is not equal to the last character, that don't match the return false, so it's not a palindrome. Else, we're going to reduce the problem to a smaller one. So we're going to check if the substring of S, excluding the first one and the last one, is palindrome. So we solve the problem and using palindrome without writing a loop. So without writing a loop now, and we can solve the problem and using recursion. And here in this recursive method, we use the conditional statement and to test the best case. And if it's not a best case, we're going to reduce the problem and into a smaller problem, but the same kind of problem, just the different, now the parameter is different. Here's the program. And I'm going to click this compile run. And you can see this is the program. And there's one problem with this program is every time you invoke is palindrome, and you have this substring, and this s dot substring returns a new string. So you are creating new strings every time you invoke the method is palindrome. This is not efficient. We don't have to create new strings. So what I'm going to do is to revise the program here and using help methods. This is a very common programming technique for recursion. Sometimes you can find a solution by defining a recursive method to a problem similar to the original problem. This new method is called a recursive help method. The original method can be solved by invoking the recursive helper method. So we're going to rewrite the code this way now. We have this original method is palindrome, and here takes the string as the argument. And now we introduce the recursive helper method is palindrome with 3 parameters. So here is the string, and this is the index to indicate and where you are looking at the string. So there's a low and high, there's 2 parameters. If high is less than or equal to low, so now you don't have anything to consider. There's nothing, so this is a palindrome, return true. Else, we're going to look at the characters at the both ends, the beginning and here at the index low, and the ending at the index high, and return if they're not the same, and return false. Otherwise, and we're going to recursively invoke is palindrome, and for the same string, but now look, the scope is narrowed, and here is low +1, and this is at the other end is high -1. So this is palindrome, is the helper method, and the helper method is often has the same name as the original method. The original method, we cannot call it recursively, so that's why we introduce a method to help us. So this is called a helper method. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.